What's that one? That's that one too. There we go. I meant to do that. Man, I don't see where this thing is. There we go. Flesh wound, as they say. Alright, this is about 15 minutes. Now, here's some tips about a Jason's Deli order. Anytime you make a purchase at Jason's Deli of any type, you always get what's called a free soft serve ice cream cone. Well, the soft serve ice cream and the cone, to be exact for the English majors. If you didn't know, now you know. Oh crap, that's already taken. Yeah. If you don't understand, now you understand. That's mine. Well, they left off the 4 iced teas, so the app gets kind of crunchy, as I say, because they're crunching numbers. So you have to get it exactly right. I always feel you don't want to be too crunchy. It says crunching numbers. So I have to go back and add the teas. Basically, when you mess up, what you do is you just add. So they forgot to put the teas on this one, so they forgot to actually put the teas on this one. So you just add another one. You have to pay for it again. They have to have the exact numbers on it. Deli, they don't have their stuff together. I've always had a funny feeling about it. I used to come here all the time. They finally got the order bagged. It took them forever. And they'd even bagged the order. It was like a dine-in order, you know? I mean, they must be... I don't want to get into it. It's just amazing. It's hard to even describe, really. It's just... They obviously knew I was working for a delivery app. When like going there was a secret. It's kind of hard to do. At least they finally bagged it up. That's not the problem. Now I have to reprocess all the receipts because they have to have it to the penny. To the penny. The only thing I have to ask is, did you eat? Sorry, I can't help myself. Put it through the second time. Always put the $12.50 or whatever the number is on the second receipt. In this case, it all adds up to, let's see, $49.51, $12.51, $62.02. So it's $62.02, but you don't put that in ever. You only put the independent numbers. So you put these numbers and that number. So that number and that number, and then it adds up. It'll do the math for you and say $62.02. Which is what it should say. I do have to go back in and speak with the manager about these numbers because the lady that was getting the order was not listening. So we're gonna have to talk to the manager and have her ring it up. After After you do all the crunching of the numbers, the app will tell you to disregard the receipt. That's why I fold that baby up and put it right in my pocket, in case we all have to go to Washington, D.C. that is. Now that took too long. All of that crunching of the numbers, all that time I had to spend was over $2. What's funny is when I sue the federal government for being involved in taking my children away, it's all going to amount to money-wise a few dollars. But when I get a formal apology by Congress and the Senate and the President and everybody that I sue, when I take them to federal court, or whoever it is, whatever family unit that's in the government, whatever family department that I sue, the apology letter is going to be worth gold. And this is the time when I send them a text saying, on my way. Because, man, there's nothing like it whenever they just get overwhelmed at lunchtime. And there's a lot of receipts being thrown at me. The app's flipping out saying, no, wrong receipt, wrong order, you know. They got the order right. The only thing is she didn't add the teas on there, the fresh brewed teas. So I had to go back and add these fresh brewed teas, which are 4 of them. Now, I tried crunching the numbers, but they do the math for you. So I tried to do the math for them, and it like tripled. So I had to go back and make all the receipts 0, go back and give them my card and do returns, and they get zeroed out all the receipts that they threw at me. Then I had to go and get the order completely perfect to the penny, and then swipe it, and then get that receipt, and then take a photo of it. I can tell some people that they don't have accounting classes, or they didn't take economics, they might get a little twisted and have to call help on that one. I didn't. I figured it out. Ooh, copyright. Yeah. Another thing about YouTube is let me tell you something. With YouTube, you don't just have to watch the copyright. You have to watch the Bluetooth, because Bluetooth can get in and turn the camera off. You ever notice sometimes I'm talking and all of a sudden, boom, out of nowhere, I just stop talking and it cuts? That's because I was cut off by technology. So Bluetooth can get in there and turn the camera off. You got to watch how things work when you're dealing with these vehicles and stuff. We're not completely there yet. We're close. We're real close technology-wise. We're real close. But these cars have to work with the phones. They have to be friends with the phone. And now these cars have to be friends with the camera. Because people are running television shows. People are running new television stations from their car. Yeah. You know, NBC, ABC, all those channels, Channel 11, whatever, Fox News, all that stuff. All those were run by small little studios, and then they became very large. There's guys now that are running shows right out of their car. They're doing a whole show. You don't even know what these YouTube shows can amount to be. They can end up on Netflix. They can end up on television, right? You don't know. So guys that are developing all this are working out of their cars at times. And then years later, they're bigger than NBC. They're bigger than Warner Brothers. They're bigger than 20th Century. I mean, you never know what can happen. So we got to make sure that these cars work really well with the cameras. I write a short story with characters called Tappy, Techie, and Jumpy. And Laggy. Laggy is going to be the star of the show. It's like an internet show with cartoons. And there's one character named Techie, another one called Jumpy, another one called Tappy. And then there's a character called Laggy. He's the slow one, but everyone likes him. Going under a bridge right now. Then we got a character named Techie. He's really smart. He does all the tech work, all the hacking, all the computer stuff. Then we got a guy named Jumpy. He just jumps around. He's like jumping around. Whoa, what was that? Oh, something happened. Tappy, Techie, Jumpy. Oh, Tappy. Yeah, Tappy, he likes to tap things. You know, he goes around tapping stuff. Anyway, I think it'd make a good cartoon. They're all like inside of a computer, you know, it's like a cartoon. They're all these different characters, like they kind of look like microchips, but they have faces on the microchips and they float around. Where Jason's Deli is gonna go, man, I'm just gonna tell them they were too busy crunching numbers. So really, they need to give some leeway on $2. You shouldn't slow it all down over $2. I mean, give me a break. Yeah, so the receipt that I tried to put it in was $62.01. And then the receipt that they wanted was $60 and like 30 something. But I guess over time that they probably make a lot of money. Over time, that $2 adds up probably to millions of dollars if they've got a lot of different workers and stuff. So they're looking for a certain number, and then they're like, "That's a number. Let him go. Processing. You're good to go." Man, oh well. Anyway, I'm not the big accountant, but I know filmmakers, they watch every penny too, and we do. Let me tell you, when it comes to a budget, they're right on the budget. They try to watch every single penny. And it's mostly because they're all OCD. They're all anal retentive OCD types, and they're like, "Oh, is he OCD? Yeah, filmmaker, big time. Does he crunch numbers? Yeah, it's a filmmaker. Filmmaker always crunches numbers. They try to get it all down to the penny, just every single thing. You know, Wizard of Oz, if you ever watch Wizard of Oz, they crunch the numbers in that big time. All those big budget movies that you watch, everything, they always crunch the numbers. How much is he going to work for? Well, he'll work for $3 million. What about the other guy? $2,000,005. Go for the 2.5. Is he good? This is going in another area. Oh, wow. Yeah, I for some reason, Starbucks, that first one, they forgot the, I think it's called acai. Nothing like the day of walking the dog. All right, we'll be there in a minute. No, that's not the one either. Yeah, here it is. Got a UPS out today. bug on the windshield. All right, cool. So it worked out anyway. As long as you keep trying, eventually, over time, no matter how great the obstacle, you'll overcome the obstacle and you'll finally get what you want as long as you persist. And that leads to what's called perseverance. And you're good to go after that. Well, then you do it all over again throughout life. It happens. You could say daily it happens. You could say it happens maybe within every hour, maybe within every minute. Depends on who you are, you know, or every 10 years or something. Who knows what you consider perseverance, but that's the end result that you'd like to have. And that ends with something like this. It's not exactly that bad of a smile, but it usually has a smile in it. There's some Mickey right here. Mickey's really popular this Christmas. It's Mickey and Minnie. I could be wrong about this Disney thing. You know, I don't know. Disney seems to kind of pull through since the 50s. I guess it's been more than, well, far more than 50 years. It's been around for such a long time. Well, Disney's been working on it for a long time. Of course, he's dead now, but it's one of the pioneers. After he died, it just seemed to get better and better. I don't know. You'd think someone would come in and make something even more incredible, like Marvel Land or something. Looks like it's a golf course. They've got some real nice apartments that are older apartments that are right here. Anyway, didn't get the name on the golf course, but it is a golf course. So. And then back there is where these really great apartments are. Look at these houses, though. But I'll have to get the name on it right here. Riverport is one word. One name of the road. Ridgely. It's Ridgely Country Club. Somewhere back there, they've got some really nice apartments. They're old school apartments. Kind of reminds me of the ones I used to live on by university. Really cool looking apartments. I didn't film them though, but they're really, really cool looking. This is off of Ridgely Country Club. A whole chain of little apartments there. Right next to the golf course. There's a golf course right there. Battle Creek is one name. We're about to pass Battle Creek. And that's off Ridgely Country Club. Not too far from Trinity Trail Southwest. It's by a trailhead. That's a trailhead right there. They've got a series of trailheads that go through and around all Fort Worth, part of a walking trail that's pretty massive, known as the Trinity Trails. This one's kind of in the Vickery Boulevard area. They're not massive apartments, but they're older apartments, and they're pretty nice. And for some reason, somewhere in the back of my mind, it seems like they're inexpensive. I just have a feeling that they're not that bad on the expense when it comes to cost of living. There's a biking trail out there. There's bikers right there. So all of this right here, you can see the lines on the sidewalk. A lot of biking trails, all kinds of stuff. That biking trail probably goes who knows how long. All right, we got to pick up something else, and then we're going to drop it off at your doorstep. Yeah, man, that's a really nice little place.